What's up? Welcome back to Triple Take. Today we're going to be talking about dreams. Alright, so, dreams are crazy.
Do we think that they actually have meaning in the real world? Because, I feel like it's a universal experience that you'll have a dream the night before and then you go into the next day and you're having experiences, from that dream. Or, deja vu.
I've definitely had that a lot of times. Something happens in your day-to-day life, and then you realize, wait a second, I dreamt that last
Or
night.
even, a while ago. Or, reoccurring dreams are weird. Because I'll have reoccurring dreams that don't necessarily have something to do, with what happened. Because when I thought about dreams as a little kid, it makes so much sense. It's just what you're thinking about before you fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have a dream that's just, this did not come from me.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's weird to me because dreams feel so fabricated by something else, and it makes it feel like my brain has its own conscious level of thinking that's beyond me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
For sure. Personal experience, it was probably a year ago. I was about to go up north, but I wasn't thinking about that at all when I went to sleep. I had a nightmare on this road called Deer Lane. And it was we were on this cabin. We were in this cabin. There's these killers and stuff, right?
I was gonna say.
And there was this car that came back. That was a recurring one too. But 3 days later, we always take this one route. It takes us right to the cabin. 3 days later, we have to take an alternate route. Where does it go? Deer Lane Road. I haven't been on this road since I was 7. I was probably 16.
Ooh.
Why?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Why?
It happens, and then that could be a thing with deja vu. I think deja vu in itself is super interesting, especially when you don't necessarily know why you're feeling it. If you had a dream the night before, then it kind of relates to this.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate thing. I feel than when you just yo, I know this has happened before.
Exactly.
Or word for word, sound for sound, smell for smell.
Too?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or have you ever been you're going about your day and then you kind of have a thought or a song plays in your head maybe and then it just happens.
Or
I'll
someone
think about,
else starts singing it?
Yes. Or I'll think about an episode of a cartoon and then I'll turn on the TV and it's on. I'm bro.
Or
whatever
did you ever learn a new word and then 2 days later,
Oh my
it's the most
God.
absurd word ever.
No.
And it's 2 days later you hear it in
You
a
know,
song or someone just
you
starts
know
talking
when
about it.
you're thinking about something or even you look something up and then you go, because obviously when you go on Google or stuff and you look something up, all the browsers are tracking it. So if you see YouTube recommended stuff, it's different. But I'll have a conversation with you guys and then I'll go to YouTube and there's videos about it, and I'm like,
Exactly.
Well,
am I being
listening
watched?
now.
Or I'll just be thinking about it and then it's there. I'm like, do I have a chip in my head right now?
Or when you have a 10-hour Spotify playlist, and you got your AirPods in, you think of a song, and that's the song that comes on next.
Yes.
There's
That's
no
what I
way
mean.
that's a coincidence. There's
When you
literally-
think of stuff and then it just happens. That's
the chance
weird.
of that happening is so small. There has to be
Because you think in your
something
head,
there.
did I just predict the future? But you didn't, because you didn't know it was gonna happen. But did you?
exactly.
I think your mind can also somewhat play out all the outcomes in your head, and then when the outcome that you already played through in your mind happens, it's
It might
I
just
knew it was gonna happen,
Yeah.
but your mind is subconsciously doing it.
because
Exactly.
your mind. You're right. Your mind might just be subconsciously running through different stuff that can happen, and then when something does happen, you were thinking about, you're like, whoa. But it might not necessarily be
clicks,
yeah,
matches
that's
up.
what I mean.
I think it's interesting about dreams too is certain ones do have meaning, but it's not future meaning. It's what you feel in life right then.
Yeah.
Losing your teeth is you're losing control of your situation.
That's
You ever have
that's
those
also
ones?
what I because dreams. When I say dreams have meaning, I feel a lot of times people hear that and they're like, "Oh, dreams mean I have to take this dream
Exactly.
and apply it to the rest of my life." But sometimes it's just a reflection of how you're feeling.
Yeah.
What you just said, bro. Your teeth or something being gone, or just having scratches, or people leaving you.
I had it so much. My
I could
parents
get-
leaving me at the apartments and driving off. I had one personally where I was on a pier on my lake and all these snapping turtles. I was terrified of snapping turtles at the time. And all these snapping
Fair.
turtles coming up, trying to run away, but I cannot move.
Mm-hmm.
That's apparently supposed to represent you not having.
I have a
what is
lot
it?
of dreams
You
about
feel
the ocean.
Stuck, you feel stuck
I'm
in that
terrified of
spot.
the
There's
ocean.
nothing you can do about it.
I have dreams about things in my life and people in my life and stuff.
Me too.
Especially if I go to bed if I go to bed sad, mad,
Yes.
it's that really affects how my dreams pan out. Even if I go to bed happy, that affects how everything
I
all
agree.
pans out. So I think
You
your
know-
your whole thing with your dreams kind of reflect how you're feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
I think that's real,
big
and it's your
cause.
mind putting it, because how you'll build stuff up in your mind to be way scarier than what is actually happening.
bigger of a
That
deal.
dream is the realization of that. You know what I mean?
That might be where everything manifests, is in a dream.
It's the personification of anxiety, because anxiety is building stuff up that's not really. Sorry, go ahead. No, please.
No, keep going. But
Like-
him saying manifesting just brought some shit up. So
Yeah.
go.
Well, like when you're thinking about like a situation, right, and you're super stressed about it, you think it's the end of the world. The dream is like personifying how that would actually be the end of the world, but that's never the case. But that's like how powerful your imagination is. That's like what you feel like is happening in real life, and when you dream, that's like the image of representation of it.
I have 3 things.
Ready?
Right? You
ready.
just got. He
What'd
gave
you
me one
say?
thing, you gave
It
me
might be a
3 things.
triple take.
Triple.
Oh!
Please go ahead.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, first thing. Could it be likely that our brains are more active in our sleep than they are awake because of all these things that are going, all these neurons that are going on at once,
I kind of
playing
think
an
it
image in
is.
our brain? Next, the manifesting thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big believer of that stuff, right?
Mhm.
It's a little bit of superstition.
Wait, the manifesting thing?
Yeah,
That's like
manifesting.
that's like saying
But
like I'm
I've
gonna go to
done-
the NBA and then going to the NBA.
I've done it before.
Oh.
I've thought of things like, I want this to go out this way, and it happens the way I want it to turn out. Or if you think of, like, let's say I'm thinking about you, Tommy, right? In that moment, I'm like, oh, I wonder how Tommy's doing, and then you snap me or you send me a text message.
Yes.
That just happens.
That's what I mean.
That's just a coincidence.
It's like we had a universal link that we I knew.
Well, I think
Needed.
there's that, and then there's like meeting your goals too. Like I could say like I really want to win state for swim, then I could go work my
Have
butt
y'all-
off and get the state for swim. Like there's manifestation and like crazy coincidences, and then there's just like working your balls.
I think
off
it's
to
just 2
complete a
different
goal.
types, because like you could be manifesting a good state, but you're also working really hard for that.
Exactly.
But my thing was like,
just
I'm
pure
thinking about
coincidences.
Tommy, or I'm thinking about what he might be doing, and
Yeah.
he happens to text me. That's like, that's just
It's
just
like
not
me
really
just talking to you. Maybe I'm thinking about you too, cutie.
Aw.
All right.
Aw.
Okay.
What was I just about to say? Oh yeah, do you guys ever have like you're at a point in your life you're kind of like trying to make a decision, or like something's going on, you don't really know what to do, and then you have a dream,
Oh yeah.
and in the dream you make like the wrong decision,
Yes.
and you feel the regret,
Oh
and then you
my
wake up, you're
God.
like, well, don't do that.
Also, there's like, I think dreams with situations, or like actual real life situations you might be going through,
Yeah.
could be a thing where it's your brain kind of telling you that you like, this is bad. You gotta lock in a little
You
bit.
gotta lock
Like
in,
it
exactly.
knows. That was my third thing. It's kind of telling you like, hey, I know this is happening, and we gotta do something about it. You know?
Because I think a lot of times you think, like, we humans are amazing gaslighters to the point where we can gaslight ourselves into believing something is wrong,
Oh,
or right,
100%.
even if subconsciously we think it's wrong. So I feel like when we're asleep and we're dreaming, that we're kind of thinking like very clearly, and not like, because sometimes you make bad choices in a dream, but then like you know afterwards, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But then that's what I'm saying with like your dream having a conscious beyond you, because like, what if there's like some external like thing in here where it's like, we gotta show him this to show him this
That's
is a
not-
bad
yeah.
idea.
There's no way like you would expect something to happen a day later that you dreamt about that night.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
That could be like some like intuition too. How
Yeah.
intuition works.
Yeah, that's another
How
thing.
you
Like,
just know
do we just
certain, like-
have insane intuition sometimes?
Yeah, and then that's
we
your
could.
brain is like, okay, this is gonna happen. I know this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you the scenario, and this is like the most likely
Yeah.
situation to happen.
Well, we do have insane intuition because you know when
I
like
can prove that too. I have several examples of this,
okay, I'm thinking of a number 1 through 10 right now. What is it?
It's 4.
4.
What? What?
Yeah, we do have insane intuition to some extent because you know when you look back on times like before something really bad happened, even if you didn't know something bad was gonna happen, the vibes were off.
Oh yeah,
Like
you
you
get
felt
that
like
gut
weird,
feeling.
yeah. Like we know when stuff's gonna go down, or even like when there's a storm a brewing. Even if you don't see it, like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
Noah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
When
you
there's a
also, like,
storm
we
coming,
can
we
smell
can
it by air.
feel it. Yeah, but that's like
Personal
still.
personal experience here with intuition, and this also goes into dreams. I've had dreams. My dads have had dreams
Yeah.
where you're dreaming about something and something's happening, and like in the dream, like something. Perfect example. This was a couple weeks ago. I was dreaming, and I don't remember exactly what I was dreaming about. Something was like falling down a hill,
Mhm.
and in my dream, I'm falling down. It's falling down the hill. Then in my house, the door slams, and I wake up.
Oh
And it
my
made the
gosh, bro! When you hear
it
a
lined up
sound in the
perfectly.
dream,
That
and you
happened to
wake
my
up and you like
dad.
still hear it because it was just a sound in real life. That's trippy as hell. It always happens.
That's
to
what
my
I'm saying.
alarm.
Like, how does your mind know that? How does your mind know that? Well, that's the other thing. Dreams happen in like 11 seconds. Do you know that? Like most dreams happen like the last 11 seconds you're awake. They do not happen in the
Wait,
middle of the
really?
night. At
But
3 a.m.
it feels like
Oh yeah,
hours. Like,
no,
you have the whole
because
life.
I'll wake up like 30 minutes before my alarm goes up. I'll go back to sleep, and I'll have a dream that
That's when
in
you
the
have
dream it feels like hours, but I wake up, I'm like, that was 15 minutes.
I'll
So
fall
are
asleep.
dreams like somewhat like hallucinations then?
I think so, especially ones where you're kind of awake still and you're
Yeah,
manipulating
bro.
what's happening.
When you're half dreaming, but you're like awake, like you
can,
Dude,
like if
I would
someone
have
were
it in
like tap you,
class.
like you'd wake up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just be sitting like this, and I have like, I can.
Oh my
I have a
gosh,
thing
bro.
going around in
It's
my
so
mind,
embarrassing.
and then I like snap out of it.
Yeah, you know when you're asleep and then something happens in a dream, you just go, "Ugh,"
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, oh no!
The, like,
Everyone thinks I'm weird
the
now.
negative aura.
Yeah, actually negative aura. It sucks, bro. That happens to me all the time. But that's like weird. It's weird how your mind like knows when to wake up. Have y'all ever fell from a really big height in a dream?
all the time. That was like,
Yeah,
one
But
of my
like,
biggest
but I don't
breakthroughs.
always wake up. Most of the time, I wake up before I hit the ground. But sometimes I'll hit the ground.
I
and I'm
always
like,
hit the ground.
oh,
But I've never died.
Oh, I've never hit
And
the
I'm
ground.
fine.
I've never died.
I'll fall off like.
first ever dream that was happening to me. I was at like some trampoline park or something, and I climbed up super
Yeah,
high.
And you jump and you
Tried
do
to
not
jump
land
on a trampoline, and it was just like on the carpet.
Yeah.
But I felt it like, I don't want to say I
Yeah.
felt it, but like, you know, like the
No, I
impact
know
you
what you
feel
mean.
when you know you're about to get the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
It was like that, and I was
Oh.
like fine, and I was like, whoa, that was
did-
weird.
I
And
did-
then I woke up.
3 weeks ago, I remember this. I had a dream I got smacked in the back of the head, and I woke up and the back of my head hurt.
I had a dream
Like-
I died, but it carried on. I swear, no, it was me, you,
What?
you, and I think Jack, and we were all in my house, and then we got jumped by like 4 guys with
Okay.
bats. You guys all ran out my back sliding door. I ran out the
never been-
front because I'm like, we got to split up a little bit. Dude comes sprinting, hits me with a bat. Swear I like felt the impact, and then I like woke up in this like afterlife situation. It was so weird because it was also such a practical
you're
afterlife.
in
It
a
was like
coma
you
right
wait
now.
in line, you like get your.
It's so weird though. It's like,
Bro,
that-
no, it scared
Stimulation.
it scared me when I woke
and
up.
then you
'cause it
wake
felt
up.
so-
Yeah.
You ever have dreams like that where
Oh,
you're
it
like,
feels
dude,
so
was that
real.
real? Yeah.
There was actually I had a dream I fucked my life up completely.
Yes.
That's
I
what I was
That's
talking
what he's
about.
talking
I'm
How
not
you,
getting into it, but I
you do things and you
fucked my
regret it,
life
and you're like,
up.
now I know not to do that, bro.
And I woke up and I was like, thank God.
Oh my gosh, it makes you like
Thank God it was
thankful
a
for the
dream.
life that you have.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then sometimes I'll be doing some like dumbass shit and I'm like, wake up.
Do you think that also happens to us in huge moments of like egotism? Like we'll have
Ego,
dreams that like
ego?
kind of like, well, because you know, like
Oh,
when you
like,
have
just
dreams
shut you
and you're
down.
just like having a blast,
The
you're just
best time
making
ever.
bad
Or you-
decisions, but then you like feel that regret in the dream, and then you wake up and you're like, yo, I gotta like relax, I gotta
Yeah.
lock
I
in.
know. Yeah.
So you think I feel
Well,
like
it's
that
like,
like
your brain.
the coordination of that, that's what I mean.
Your brain knows.
Because you're like in it. You're like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm like
Everything's going
super
perfect.
prideful. Yeah, exactly. And then your brain shows you like a bad thing that you're doing. And you're like, oh,
Exactly.
I think it's just
like how do you just make yourself have that
or especially
realization?
idols, like things you like glorify a whole ton will always show up. I had the
Mhm.
same thing happen every night last week. I dreamt
Oh.
it with the exact same
This guy's
thing.
got those
No
reoccurring
matter what. I
dreams.
had one every night last week. Every night except the last night where I finally like thought about it and meditated on it for a hot minute.
meditated.
Hell
That
yeah.
night I had a
We
dream
love a
about fishing
meditator.
and catching a whole ton of fish, and that was the whole dream. I was just fishing.
Huh.
Yeah.
Everything else was crazy absurdities that like I would never comprehend. But every single time, the same thing came back and happened.
I'm introducing a topic here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all ever have sleep paralysis?
No,
No, I've never had it.
I feel like
Y'all are lucky. You know how much it sucks, bro? And it's always like I'm about to die if I don't move.
Really?
really.
Yes. I'll be in a
Oh,
dream,
I got
bro.
mine, I got mine next.
I had this dream like 3 times, like in a row. And it was like me and I'm in this like I don't want to say orphanage, but it's with a bunch of other kids.
Mhm.
And then this guy comes in and he's like hovering over me, about to like kill me, and I just can't move. And then like you can kind of force it, or sometimes you'll wake up and you're like your eyes are open and you can't move. I've never had it where like, because you know people describe sleep paralysis like there's a demon in the corner of the
Yeah.
room and I can't
Yeah,
move.
that's what I always think.
I've never had
like,
that. I'll wake up and I just can't move, and it sucks.
Well,
you know
I
what? You know what paralysis sucks.
I don't like
You
you're awake.
try to
and you can't
move.
You're
Imagine trying to move your arm and just doesn't.
Maybe it's because your brain hasn't fully waken up.
No, that's what
You
it is.
woke
That's
up, but
what
your
it
brain
is.
didn't wake
Your
up.
that-
muscles are still like not
What-
doing.
Is that like in your dream or you're awake and you can't move?
Sometimes it's in my dream.
'Cause I was gonna say,
Usually
I
it's in a
get
dream.
that,
I'm getting
But
like
I don't think that's like sleep paralysis. I think that's just the dream is you're paralyzed, and that's what's supposed to symbolize.
no, but
you
I
don't
can like
do
feel it.
anything in
Also,
your life.
sometimes I had this dream the other day. Weird as heck. I'm not even gonna be able to describe it really. where I woke up and it was like I woke up and I was in my house and I couldn't open my left eye. And my right eye was super like down. Like close your left eye, make this super squinted, like you can barely see. And I'm walking around and then I like tripped or something and my eye closed and I was back in my bed. But
I legit had the exact same dream, like
dude,
3 days ago.
Dude,
I'm not even kidding.
no, but the thing was, because I'd have the same view of my bed. But then something started happening where I'd get up out of bed, and in the dream I can like feel myself moving around, but my view is staying the same, which was terrifying. Like imagine, imagine looking this way, and then you go get up to get a glass of water, and you can feel yourself doing that, but you just have the same.
Well, that's just called
point of view.
sleepwalking. I've done that before.
But I don't know if I was
What do we
sleepwalking
think of
though.
sleepwalking?
I've done it before. I think you're just.
I think I've
just,
definitely.
I don't think there's anything crazy about it.
My
I think it's
brother-
just you're not
my-
awake yet.
Nickel used to sleepwalk a lot.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like
I
4
used to
years old.
sleepwalk.
I sleepwalked all the way around the
I've
house.
never like
to my-
done stuff though. You
Didn't
know what I
make it
mean?
to my toilet and I pissed down the stairs. I was like
I-
4 or 5.
No,
I just-
you knew what you were
No,
doing.
bro. I remember doing it, but I thought I was
Yeah,
in the
sleepwalking.
no, because I like remember subconsciously going to the bathroom, and then my dad grabbing me and taking me to bed. I remembered it the next morning. They were like, "You peed down the stairs."
Oh my gosh, have you guys ever been like you fell asleep and then you wake up and your parents tell you something that they like
Heard
they
that
talk
the
to
night
you
before.
or like they'll say that they had a conversation with you and you woke
Do
up and
not
you're like
remember.
what?
Dude,
And they're like you were talking back to
Dude.
me.
we went to Sky Zone.
Yeah.
We came back to your house. I was sleeping over, and you got that thing in your eye.
Oh yeah, bro.
Your mom supposedly
had to take me to the ER. And we
woke
woke
me
you
up, said all that stuff to me, and then I
You were coherently responding.
didn't remember a single bit of it. 'Cause I was like,
You were like
in
what?
my mind, I was like, I would have freaked out. I would have came with.
Yeah.
I'd been like,
She was like,
I would've been
we gotta
worried.
take Tommy to the emergency room. You're like, what happened? And then she told you, and you're like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna stay here.
really?
You perfectly responded to everything she said.
No recollection of that.
I know that's what's crazy. Cause my mom, she'll like sometimes wake me up before she goes to work or something. She goes to work very early at like 6 a.m., which is like when
Yeah.
I wake up. And then she'll tell me about a whole conversation we had. I'm like, bro, I don't remember any of this. I
I
don't.
almost wonder sometimes if you know how like your dreams will like show you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm
sometimes
talking about.
I almost wonder sometimes if your dream, you have intuition too. If your
Yeah.
brain knows that you are like asleep and you need to sleep, if it'll just take control and like give you the right answers.
What
and
is
stuff.
it with me having dreams when if I fall asleep and I'm super tired, I'm way more likely to have a dream than if I just like take a nap.
Really?
Like, I never
feel
dream.
Like
I have more when I nap.
When I take like
Because
midday
my
naps,
brain's
I
so
never
active.
dream.
Exactly.
Really?
That's why I low
Rarely.
That,
And if I do, it's very like nothing.
I'm a top,
Like it's never one of those dreams that I'm like, damn, did that mean something?
So I'd be having crazy.
It's always just random though. Also random dream. I have so many dreams where I have superpowers.
I don't have those.
And then I actually get. Have you ever had a dream where you had like a dog that died?
No.
I lived a whole life from. You ever see Marley and Me?
Yeah.
I
that's a sad movie.
basically experienced Marley and Me. I woke up crying because the dog died.
Damn.
I had a whole life with this dog.
Yeah, have you ever? I woke up smiling like 2 weeks ago. I woke up gritting
Type
ear
shit.
to ear.
I thought you just said gritting, bro.
No, I
Gritting?
remember the last like 2 seconds of the thing. I watched this video where it was like King Carson was like the
Ken
intro.
Carson.
He was like the intro for a
And I was
Lana
just
Del Rey
smiling
concert.
at Ken Carson.
It was a Lana Del Rey concert, and all the it was all Lana Del Rey fans, and it was like 20 like Ken Carson fans,
Yeah.
and it was just crazy 808s, and they were like in a mosh pit, just getting
You know what the
thumped around.
worst thing is, bro? When you're talking to, let's say, like, okay, there's like two scenarios.
On you.
You're getting like chased by someone, and you like are trying to get help from other people, or you're like something happened and no one is like reacting properly, and that like sucks. You ever have dreams like that? Like you're getting chased and you're like, help me, and they're just like,
I think that's one of those things where it just symbolizes like what you feel like in real life.
yeah, you're like you feel like you're alone. Like
I'm
you're
gonna
not
tell you
getting
guys something I like to do to have dreams. So like,
I've never.
alright,
Oh,
this is my
sorry, go
tactic. This is
ahead.
my
Go
tactic,
ahead.
right? So personally, I mean, Alex said it too. You have more dreams when you take a nap. I feel like I have more dreams in that half hour when I go back to bed in the morning than I do when I just sleep through the night.
I think it's because your brain's like
Your brain's more
It's active. It's
Well, it
working
doesn't.
out.
You don't dream until like
The last
4 hours in to your like
Exactly.
sleep.
So anyway, I like to wake up at like a hot like
Mostly
early in the morning.
the REM state or whatever
Yeah.
they call it.
Yeah.
I like to wake up super early and like chug a monster. Or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Oh,
this-
you
this is
told me.
weird-
Chug a
this is
monster, get your
weird,
heart rate
guy.
going crazy, get your mind all active, and go right back to bed because you're so groggy, right?
That's an easy way to die
you
in
get
your sleep.
You wake up, but you're not fully awake. You just had the most insane dream ever. I've had crazy ones. I can't even like
You gotta start
Describe,
writing
'cause
them
it'll-
down.
See, I'm not doing that.
I need to start writing them down.
I'm not doing
I had
that.
one
I
recently.
wish I wrote down some dreams.
I'll-
Actually, I have before.
I've
My
written down
notes app?
dreams, yeah.
I see.
But I'm always half asleep, so it's always incoherent. And I wake up and I'm like,
I'll be typing, and be like,
what?
what do I even mean here?
that's what I mean, yeah. But when I just woke up, I was like, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm always trying to write it down. Because the best dreams you ever have, you're like, what happened? You just
Yeah.
know it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
And you know you want to remember it.
Right,
but
you
you
can
can't.
remember like clips.
Which
of
is
it.
stupid.
Like, can still
I remember
clips.
my nightmares. Don't remember any of the good
Oh, I
dreams.
do.
Yo, y'all ever be lucid dreaming?
That's
No.
what that
All
kind
the
of like.
you never lucid dream?
That's what
I
the
mean,
last like
maybe I
5
have.
seconds
Like,
of
I
being.
make
Yeah.
conscious decisions.
Well,
in my
that
dreams,
that
but,
mostly happens. But I'm talking. You ever have a dream for like a
I don't
good
know I'm
portion of it?
dreaming.
You can just do whatever.
I've had
you
like
want.
once or twice.
That's
and I
happened to
usually
me.
wake myself up because
That's
of
happened to me, and I always do superpower stuff.
it. Mm.
It's because it's always like, even then, it's never even the realization like, oh, you're dreaming. I have a realization like in the dream, like I can do whatever I want, and then I'll just start like, I just become Spider-Man in a lot of my dreams.
99% of the time, I just end up fishing. I
No.
just switch the dream completely. To
No,
fishing.
yeah, but like I'd say most dreams I have, I'll realize I'm dreaming in the last 5 seconds, and I wake up, which
Yeah.
sucks.
Well, I think that's kind of cool though, because it can completely change your day. Like low-key, I feel like if I have a good dream, I have a good day.
Do you ever go back to bed and your dream continues?
Yes, I've done
I
that.
get that
I've done that a lot.
sometimes.
Because you have to. That's only when you know you can go back.
Oh
to sleep.
yeah, and then it makes me even more mad when I wake up,
Yeah.
and then I try to get it again, it doesn't work.
Because I've done that. I did it this week. I think I did it like recently, where you wake up and you like look at your clock and you go, oh, I still got like 2 hours.
Why is it a
You did a
thing?
lot of
keep
things
the-
this week. It's only Monday, you know.
No, I know. I didn't say that. I said this week once. Everything else has been a couple
Why
weeks
is it a
ago.
thing that for good dreams they end right before like the best part?
That's what I'm saying. I think.
Why is that a thing?
that's
Like every
intuition,
time.
bro. That's intuition. It's got to be intuition.
What is the intuition?
I don't know. I think
Just
it's just
it knows.
letting you down because you know that you'll never achieve that happiness and that
Wow.
love for
Wow.
something.
What a
I'm gonna
positive
achieve
outlook
that.
Hey,
on
but
life.
no, think about it though.
You'll never achieve what you really want. So give
Everything's
up.
a dream. You're gonna have dreams in life, but you're
Let
not gonna be able
go.
to achieve it in your liminal state. You gotta go out and
Liminal.
seize the day. You gotta go out and do what you need to do to get that, to get what you want in life, to get that girl.
You're saying like, bro, that's giving you the motivation to go do it. You're
Exactly.
right there.
because you'll never. You're
You
right
did it
there.
in the dream.
You can
do it
do
in
it in
real
your
life.
dream. You can do it in real life.
Ooh.
Up here is only a space in your dreams. Everywhere else is forever, bro. Because you're not gonna go get something that's unnecessary if you have it in your dreams every night. You're gonna want that. You're gonna wake up with an eagerness to go seize the.
Oh
seize what
my
you want.
gosh, bro.
If you
Wow.
fell asleep with and you had a dream of $1 billion in your yacht,
You're gonna have
and
way
you
more
woke up,
motivation.
right as you're
to
gonna
go
get
$1
your
million
paycheck,
in your yacht.
and you wake up in your crappy bed, you're gonna want to go get your yacht.
Well, also, I think you kind of start to realize what that feels like.
Exactly. You're gonna want to make that feeling again. That's why achieving your dreams. It's not achieving your goals all the time. It's I want to find my dreams. I want to achieve what I felt right 5 seconds before I woke up, and the only way I can do that is going and doing it to reach.
So y'all ever have a dream that feels like super real and you can do something in the dream you can't do in real life, and then you wake up and you try to do it?
I know, but I've
uh,
gone to text people who like
It's
came into my
low-key
life.
embarrassing, but like I've had dreams where I can like, it feels so real. That's why, because it's like everything else is normal, but like I can let's say I can move things like with my mind. I've had multiple dreams like that, and then I've woken up. No, because in the dream I feel like I'm doing something that I've never done before. So I'm like,
Yeah.
let's just try it out, you know? And then I'm like, yeah, it was a dream. You're a dumbass.
Well, I get that a lot. Where like
Let me just shut you down.
I'll, like,
yeah.
I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, I just got this. Like, I'll go like text someone or like go look at my
Bro.
Snapchat for someone who isn't in my life at all, never existed, purely fabricated.
Or I'll have dreams where I like got something like a material thing, and then I wake up and I don't have it. I'm like,
Yes, bro. No,
Oh, I do that with
exactly.
water.
I remember I got like a DS. When
Or
I
I
was
whenever
have
I
dreams I
order-
get water and I wake up with no water.
that's horrible.
You
That's
know-
like your brain being like, go get.
You know what's
you're
crazy
dehydrated.
when you're scrolling on your phone for like 5 minutes and then your phone's not in your hands and it's not
Oh
in your
my!
room.
Yeah,
Just
when you wake
gone.
up, you grab your phone, and then you're like, "What? It's not here."
Well, a lot of times I'm like holding my hand or something. I'm holding something
Well,
else.
I'll have like,
I'm
yeah,
just-
probably it's like something like that. But I'll like fall asleep. But I'm not like, I didn't like grab it, but I wake up and I feel it in my hands, and then I like,
Yeah, it's
and I
just
try to like
gone.
look at it. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
You ever
And then
lose
it's on
your
my
arm?
desk.
You ever like lose your arm?
No.
You ever like
Lost my arm.
your arm falls asleep? So you, like,
In
lift
real
it up?
life.
I'll do that all the time. You
I
lift
hate
it
when
up
that
and it
happens.
just boom.
Okay, can I
You'll
tell
be
a
like
quick
up and it's
tell a quick anecdote? It's not that like cool.
that hurt. Yeah.
But I took a quick nap by the pool once during school.
Oh, no.
Okay,
What?
and I woke up. I set an alarm because
yeah,
I just
yeah,
have a
yeah.
release, so I'm just kind of sitting around.
Oh, by the chair.
And I was just tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I woke up and my legs were like still not like my legs, but like kind of like shin down
Yeah.
was asleep, and I literally like
pins and
couldn't
needles?
move. Like they for a solid like whole
Yeah,
length of a
it's like-
hallway, I was like stumbling. I was like dragging my feet across the floor
Bro.
because I couldn't move. I was like, bro, this sucks. Oh my gosh, having your limbs be asleep was like one of the most unenjoyable. And then they like wake up or whatever, and every tiny molecule that touches them, you just get a shock.
Oh, I
through
heard.
your-
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
that.
I
Pins and
hate
needles
it.
is such a
Yes,
annoying feeling.
exactly. Pins and needles,
Oh,
bro.
bro, I get that too. I get that really bad with my arms sometimes. If you sleep funny, like I'll sleep like this sometimes.
Oh yeah, and then you wake up and it's like
you wake
paralyzed.
up and
bro.
you literally can't feel it. or
Yeah,
move it.
exactly.
I so many
Is it,
times
like-
I've lifted it up and punched myself.
Is it like a loss of circulation maybe?
Yeah, no, like
Like
it's
somewhat?
definitely like actually probably dangerous. Like I've had it hurt for like the whole day after.
yeah.
Or
Oh,
it gets
especially when
really
you
bad.
sleep bad.
You
Like
can't
your
close
neck.
your hands.
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
come on, bro.
I have
why,
that one.
Why
I
aren't
have
we
one where I
waking up
can't-
to fix it?
I like trying to close my hands super fast, and it's just like it takes
Yeah.
forever, bro.
You gotta
I
like
hate
clap
that.
to get the blood back.
Yeah,
But once you
no,
get the blood back,
literally,
it's fine.
yeah.
Like nothing's actually damaged. It's just there's no like nerve connection.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if that is blood or if it's actually just like your brain isn't
Which
awake
is
in that
kind of
area.
scary because if that happens for long enough, I'm pretty sure you're like
It
that limb will just
it's
stop
like-
working.
It's poison. But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I almost wonder if that's literally just nerves. Like maybe your body isn't awake fully yet.
I think it's just there's no blood there,
But that's
or there's just blood that's trapped there.
yeah,
either
and it just has
one.
to cycle out.
Well, that,
Yeah.
like it's pooled.
Yeah,
Well, no, because you know when like
that,
you'll like have your hand kind of sitting still for a while, and like you have to like hold it up or something, and then it like cools down. You know what I'm
You
talking
can feel
about?
the blood
Yeah.
coming
I
out.
feel I literally can feel like circulation
I
happening.
thought
again.
just now.
Yeah, like you put it up, and then you can low-key feel it. Sometimes like I'll be at my computer, and my arm will just kind of be like this for a while, just resting on the chair, moving the mouse, so it's not moving a lot, and it'll get like kind of warm and like numb, and I'll
Warm
hold
and
it up, and then
fuzzy?
it just gets like I feel like I'm like my hand entered an oasis. I'm
See,
like, oh,
my hand
Infinity
gets really
Gauntlet.
cold.
yeah, but it's like always good. I feel like it never is like an unenjoyable cold afterwards.
all right.
Like when it's happening.
I don't like know my hands are cold. I'll feel my hand and be like, why? Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
What's the craziest dream that you can say on this podcast that you've had?
craziest dream that I can.
Because
say on
I
this
feel like there's a lot of
podcast
dreams
that
I'm
I've
not
had.
saying out loud that I've had.
Craziest?
That weren't necessarily appropriate,
Craziest
but,
that like means something because I've had a dream where
No,
like
like, just
it's
absurd.
crazy.
like just straight
So
absurdity.
me and my dad were playing catch, okay,
Yeah.
and there's this big tree in our backyard. We're playing in the backyard. We're playing the football, and there's a bird up in that like thing,
Yeah.
and the bird comes down and like claws my dad's face off, and then he comes for me next, and I like catch him like this, right, and I've got his
Dang.
neck, and I like create this fireball in my hand, and I just put it to the bird's face,
Wow.
and it's just getting melted.
This is crazy stuff.
And then I woke up. But
Oh,
that was
mine-
like 30 seconds
have you guys
of a
watched?
dream.
Have you guys watched Lord of the Rings?
No,
or The Hobbit?
unfortunately.
I've seen
So
like the one where he gets the ring.
there's this like place. I think it's Mordor or something. There's this giant like castle. It's black and it's just this big like hallway. It's crazy. It's super scary. But I had this dream that I was with Phineas and Ferb and the Avengers, right? And I'm like the medic.
Classic duo.
I'm the medic, and we're trying to take down Candace and her mom, and then all the goblins in Mordor. So we're like charging this hall in these like crazy space shuttles,
Mm-hmm.
and then Captain America gets his his leg just gets blown up, and I have to take Captain America's leg in this dream. That's not that crazy, but like
See, this is the kind of dreams I'm
But, like, the
talking
whole
about where
time,
like, do dreams really mean something if we're just getting shown
Well,
bits
why is
from
Phineas
time
That's
to
true. I
time?
think it depends how you like take it.
I
Why
think
is
some days you just had a
perfect?
good day.
Yeah.
There's not really much to like.
yeah.
I think it's a
messing
lot based
around.
off emotion.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, also, have you guys ever gone to bed listening to a video
no, I can't. I have to
at
have
all
silence to fall
ever
asleep.
in your entire
Like
life?
like you're watching YouTube and you fall.
Or even like when
fall
you're a
asleep.
kid and you fall asleep and you're like watching TV.
I
or
need to be
something.
like
Oh, yeah.
perfectly.
And you ever have like the dialogue or what you're hearing kind of like turn into something that's like becomes a dream?
Oh, I had that with. Like,
I've had that happen
conversations.
because then I'll like wake up like because I'm like falling asleep and then I'm in that like half sleep half awake state and I'm kind of dreaming, and I'll wake up and I'll realize like, dude, I was just hearing like different words from what like they're saying in the
Yeah.
video, but it was like the same audio.
Ooh, or do I've had it before where
It's like an outlet for me to
I'm
hear stuff.
falling asleep talking to someone, and then
I hate when
I'm like, did you just say something? Because in my
Oh,
mind they
yeah.
said something, but they didn't. They were silent.
yeah.
Do
Bro.
you ever forget if you cough?
No.
I've had that. I was sick a couple weeks
Forget
ago.
if you cough.
Like over like the year overlap, I was so sick. I was coughing all the time,
Uh huh.
and I'd be like half asleep, and I'd cough. Then I'd be like, did I just cough? I remember I had to ask my brother if I coughed.
I think it's
I could
natural
not. I
reaction.
could not like
Do you guys
remember
ever?
if I
This might be
coughed.
weird. Do you guys ever go to sleep and then you're like you kind of are having a conversation to someone in like a dream, and then you not even like hear it, but you feel yourself go like make a sound.
I made sound.
Yeah.
I know. I catch myself do that.
That's what happens to me in class, and I'll be in class and I'll be like,
It's always that sound. Too.
I hate when you flinch. Flinching isn't even a dream thing. It's like your muscles going to sleep if they've like.
Yeah, been stressed.
It happens a lot of time if you've been active. Yeah, if you're stressed or
I
if
get all
you've
the
been
time when I
active,
swim.
your muscles are like still like awake, but you're trying to like your brain's trying to like shut your body down. It's like
I had one. I think it was like February where I slipped on ice and I
Oh, no.
I shook my bed so bad I woke up and then my brother asked if I was okay, and it was like midnight, so it woke him up.
y'all ever be
Like,
doing
Oh,
an action in a dream? Well, yeah, you just basically said this. You're
Yeah.
doing an action in a dream, and you wake up, you're still doing it. I have dreams where I'm running, and I wake up and my legs are doing this.
that's just funny, bro.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
I've never
It's
had
like,
any
bro,
of that.
stop.
I never have most of my stuff doesn't get out of the dream.
It
I
makes
just have
me
a lot of stuff
scared. It
in my
makes me
dreams.
scared to like go to sleepovers. Because what if I'm moving around and saying shit in my sleep?
I
I saw this guy. You talk about it on YouTube. He's like,
You
"What if
do.
I'm fighting something?"
You
I know.
do.
I know. He's like, "What if I wake up, but I'm fighting someone in a dream, and I just Spartan kick the person next to me?" I'm like, "That's a real concern." I know I talk in my sleep though.
No, I've been around kids who talk in their sleep, and
Honestly, it's
It's-
interesting.
it's interesting, but sometimes.
But
you're only
sometimes I'm
next to it,
scared. What if
bro.
I say some weird shit, bro? What if I'm having weird dreams?
Dreams are weird. I think we can. We
We can
will
all
learn a
agree
lot.
that dreams are a topic that we don't know and we never will know much about,
Yeah.
probably.
But it's always cool to hear.
The
people's
human
dreams.
mind is one of the most confusing things in the world, which is
Oh,
surprising
intuition,
considering we all have one.
Crazy.
My intuition suggests that this video will end now.